was happening there? All right. It is a very exciting moment because Dan and Phil have a huge album chart with them today. Hello, men.
Hi, Jamila. How are you?
Hello.
We're good.
I'm good. I'm feeling happy today.
You should be happy. It's
Is
a
it
big
because
day.
the
It's
album
really
chart's so
exciting.
exciting?
Yeah.
I've got the most exciting album chart fact ever in my hand.
Well, you're trending on Twitter, so it is a big deal today.
Ooh.
What's your fact? Go on, hit me.
Oh, I don't want to spoil it. I'll reveal it with the number one.
Okay.
I'll reveal it.
Gentlemen,
so
you ready?
mysterious. I'm ready.
Before we go, quickly tell me what's happening on your show.
We've got Conor Maynard versus Bruno Mars in Fan Wars. Also revealing a very mysterious and disgusting jelly bean video. That's all I'm going to say for now.
Okay, fine. What can people text? What can they call? What can they tweet to get on your show?
You can tweet us at BBCR1, text us on 81199, go on the Radio 1 Facebook page and leave a request, or give us a call and talk to us with your mouth on 03700 100 100.
Hey.
Perfect, thank you. Gentlemen, the time is now. Go.
BBC Radio 1.
The home of the official album chart. This week's top 5 albums.
5.
It's a non-mover, Elvis Presley with the nation's favourite Elvis songs. In an ITV programme with the same title, viewers were asked to vote on their favourite Elvis songs with, spoiler alert, Always on My Mind coming out on top. And he is the person with the most UK #1 singles ever.
Down 1 is Celine Dion with Love Me Back to Life. Dropping 1 place, Celine Dion still in the top 5 with Love Me Back to Life. Celine appeared at One Direction's 1D Day event last night alongside Robbie Williams, Simon Cowell, Piers Morgan and the Muppets.
And Doctor Who, awkwardly.
Yep, during the 7-hour broadcast. I was there for every minute.
Were you?
No.
3.
It is a new entry, Jake Bugg with Shangri-La. Jake Bugg reportedly said last week that he didn't actually want this album to get to #1 because he couldn't entertain the possibility of being knocked off the top spot by One Direction. Oh, Jake. But looking ahead to album number 3, he already said he wants it to be acoustic and with no collaborators or co-writers. You go, Jake.
2.
It's a non-mover. It's Eminem with the Marshall Mathers LP 2. When this went to #1 in the UK, it gave Eminem his 7th consecutive #1 album. It's the 3rd fastest selling album this year. And if you want to check out some really cool stuff on the Radio 1 YouTube channel, Zayn had an epic interview with the man himself. And there's also live tracks that Eminem recorded down at Maida Vale on there. So check it out.
Including Stan. It was good. But a new entry at #1, Robbie Williams with Swings Both Ways. And are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
This is the 1000th ever UK #1 album, which echoes the first ever #1 album 57.5 years ago when Frank Sinatra went to #1 with Songs for Swingin' Lovers. Boom. What an amazing fact. Congrats, Robbie.
Well done, Robbie Williams.
Yes.
My word. That's huge. That's such a big chart. It's iconic. Well,
Isn't that an
done to
amazing
him.
fact as well with the
It's an
swings
amazing
thing?
fact. Yeah.
God, such a good fact.
Okay, what do you want? Do you want a round of applause? Round of applause for Dan.
Round
Come
of
on.
applause for the
Come on,
fact.
everyone.
For the
There we
great
go.
fact.
Okay, chill out. Thank you, gentlemen. Your show is from 7 until 9. Everyone knows how to get in touch. And I can't wait.
Thanks, Jamila.
All right, see you in a bit.
The Vamps, Can We Dance? And before that, Paramore. And you are now listening to Dan and Phil.
BBC Radio 1.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Dan and Phil here, and welcome to the show where from now until 9 p.m, Radio 1 is in your hands. Yes, this is a totally interactive show unlike anything else, so don't just sit there and listen. Make sure you get involved. In tonight's show, we've got internet news with all the weird things that have happened around the world in about 20 minutes. The Dan vs. Phil challenge live on camera at 8. And Fan Wars tonight later on is going to be Bruno Mars versus Conor Maynard, which is going to be very, very dramatic. But yes, make sure you are watching the show online, as it is the only way that you should be experiencing it, as the whole thing happens live on camera. And as you should all know by now, the most exciting part of our show are the music videos we play that have been made and sent in by you guys at home to your favourite songs. And tonight, we have a lot of very, very good videos. So if you haven't watched our show before and maybe you're listening to this next to a mobile device or something with an internet connection, a laptop, just go to bbc.co.uk/radio1 now to watch the show and join the club for the first time.
If you want to get involved, you can tweet us at BBCR1, leave a request on the Radio 1 Facebook page, text us on 81199, or give us a call on 03700 100 100. But now we have a video sent in by Matty Boy. Yeah, that's his username.
Yes.
He made a stop-motion video tour of his college, which gives the effect of being possessed and floating down the corridors.
Because he didn't take walking photos, so it just looks
Yeah.
like he's awkwardly hovering.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
It's really cool. He must have taken about 4 million pictures to make this, and
Yeah,
he
man.
made it better by setting it to Daft Punk. So get on the Radio 1 website now to watch it. Here's One More Time.
One more time.
One more time. I thought it was going to have another one, and it didn't.
Beautiful.
One more time. Daft Punk. Thank you very much, Matty Boy, for that.
BBC Radio 1.
So here we are. It is Sunday night. So that means that we've all officially survived the week. Hey, congrats to everybody out there. So yeah, it's now time for a little thing that me and Phil like to call Rehab with Dan and Phil, where we all collectively complain about things and feel better about our lives. So, Phil, how was your week?
It's a pretty good week. Went to see Gravity in the cinema.
Yes, that was good.
It was intense. I felt like I was in space.
You felt like you were in space?
Actual space. Watching it in 3D. It's the first 3D film that I felt like I was in space for.
Wow.
Yeah. But also...
to say that there might be other 3D films where you're not intended to really feel like you're in space.
I felt connected with it. It improved the experience.
You were one with the bullock.
Anyway, we were watching it with my brother. And during the film, or just before it started, his cinema seat collapsed.
It was very funny.
It was so awkward. They had to postpone the film before it started because they had to build his seat again.
We tried to protest it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Like, your brother was like, I'm okay, I will sit slightly on the floor because I can still see it. I don't want you to stop the film. And the guy was like, no, we're postponing everything until we build a new cinema seat. So
it was so embarrassing. It would only happen to the Lester family, really. And the whole of the cinema was staring at us as well while they were trying to fix this seat.
I was on the end, and I'm not with these guys. It's a little family affair. I'm with my popcorn over here. It's all cool.
It was kind of like Gravity, the 4D experience, though, because an extra dimension of falling out of your seat.
Disasters, yeah.
Anyway, that's what I thought this rehab topic could be about.
Okay.
Awkward accidents.
Awkward accidents, right? What's the angle?
Any accidents happen to you where loads of people have been watching and it's felt really awkward?
So an accident that was made awkward with the extra human interaction.
Or it might not have been your fault, like the cinema seat. That was a Final Destination moment there.
Well, it wasn't a Final Destination moment. I'm sure there was no danger of death there.
It was a chain reaction leading to that moment.
Okay, so that's the rehab topic for tonight.
Hashtag awkward accidents. Tweet us at BBCR1 with those, and then we'll be reading them out throughout the show via our owl.
Indeed.
He'll be releasing them from his mouth.
Should we read out a couple of those after the song?
Yeah, let's do it.
Right, but coming up now, requested by Chirag Moda on Facebook, here is Bonkers, Dizzy Rascal.
Dizzy Rascal, Bonkers. Thank you very much to Chirag for that one.
Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
So, before the break, we were talking about awkward accidents. What's something that's happened to you that's really awkward in front of loads of people? And what are people saying on Twitter, Dan?
We've got one here from @thealltimelows who said, "This was made for me, this is my life. I fell over at an actual turkey farm and broke my wrist." There we
Wonder
go.
if she fell over a turkey.
Fell over a turkey, that would be quite awkward, wouldn't it? We have one here from Hazel who just said, "My life." I feel like I should mention that during the break, Phil decided it was necessary to tell me that every time we go to a cinema, I tell the movie person when they say, "Have a good film," I go, "You too."
Yeah, every single time. Say that to the air hostess as well, like...
Have a good flight.
You too.
That makes a bit more sense than the movie, though, doesn't it?
It's not when it's the person giving you the ticket, it doesn't get on the plane.
Okay, we've got one here from Tribute Smosher who says she was on a very crowded bus and fell down the stairs as they stopped and called a doctor and made a lot of people late.
Oh.
Ouch. Stairs on a bus. It's a very narrow and awkward staircase, isn't it?
And Lucy said, one time at the cinema, me and my friends managed to spill 3 drinks within 5 minutes on everyone else.
How does that happen?
I'm never going to the cinema with you,
That
Lucy.
sounds like a very dramatic and chaotic moment for you there.
Yeah. Yeah, I like my cinema to be a really zen place. Like, I don't want anything to go wrong.
Oh, one of those people.
Yeah, I have to have my popcorn in the right place, my drink, and I don't want anyone to be talking.
You don't want anyone's seats next to you to collapse right before they're ready to watch Gravity.
That threw me quite a lot.
Ruin the mood. Okay, and then we've got a last one here from Martha who said that she was in Starbucks and a guy winked at her, and as she was walking past, she slipped over and spilt her coffee.
Awkward.
No, that could have been your future husband.
Maybe
but now he's in your list of awkward people he doesn't want to look at anymore.
I would find that endearing, though. Do you know someone slightly clumsy?
Yeah. No, seriously, if I was doing the winky thing with someone and then they tripped over and spilt their coffee, I'd be like, yes, you seem appropriate. You know, I wouldn't want to be scared by someone. If they trip everywhere, then it's good.
Let's have a conversation with Esme.
Hey, Esme. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Have you had an awkward accident?
I have.
What is it?
I was in a shoe shop trying on shoes, and I had one foot in the shoe and one foot out of the shoe, and I was wearing socks, and I slipped over on the lino, and everyone in the shop was staring at me.
Oh, no!
Oh, God.
That is the worst.
It was terrible.
It's the lino's fault. It's not your fault. Blame the floor. I'd have sued the shoe company if I were you. Yeah.
Have you ever used one of those machines that, like, measures your foot, Esme?
I have.
They used to scare me as a child.
But both my feet are like half a size different. It's really weird.
That is weird. So do you have to get 2 different sizes of shoe?
No, I just get one size, and one of them's just always doesn't fit.
Okay, well, I'm feeling for you now. I'm in
think
the
she
same
deserves
position.
a song,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
What song do you want to hear, Esme?
Can I have Counting Stars by One Republic?
Yes, you can. Would you like to dedicate this to anyone?
Yes, can I dedicate it to Yana, Poppy, Sandy, Katia, Lily, and Emmy?
Wow, I can't remember all those names. This goes out to all of your friends.
Dan and Phil, they escaped from the internet and climbed into your ears.
So we've been talking about awkward accidents. The owl has released some from its mouth.
What has happened to the world, Phil?
Well, Luna got stuck in the door of a train just as it was closing, and loads of people had to come help her.
Ah, remember the time I got my head stuck in a tube door?
That was so awkward.
That was an awkward accident. Oh, my word.
He's so lucky that hench man was there to pull the doors apart.
It was one of those running jump moments where I think me, Phil, and a couple of people were trying to get on a tube, and then the door was closing, and I managed to get my face stuck in the door, and there's, as Phil said, a guy that was about 8'2" and really hench just had to pry the doors open, and I had giant black marks down the side of my face.
They stayed there for a while, didn't they?
That was a low moment.
Completely fan said, when I was at the zoo in Aussie, an albino wallaroo attacked me. What is a wallaroo?
That's rare and exciting.
Imagine saying
awkward.
that in, like, an Australian accent, like, wallaroo? Wallaroo?
And what else?
What else? Molly Katz was doing a whole school performance in front of about 100 people when she was in the first scene and fell through the stage.
Fell through the stage?
Ouch.
Nope, that is a life-ruining moment. Okay, well, if you've got awkward accidents that have happened in your life, then make sure you tweet them at BBC One with the hashtag awkward accidents. This week's internet news is going to be coming up right after this next song, which is a beautiful video sent in by Agnes to Kanye West's Flashing Lights. It's got monochrome clouds, a European model. This could legitimately be a Kanye West video, I think.
Yeah.
But clearly a higher budget than Bound to. I'm joking. But yes, if you are listening and you are near anything with an internet connection, you are missing out if you are not watching. bbc.co.uk/Radio 1 to watch the entire show. Here is Flashing Lights. Kanye West, Flashing Lights on Radio 1, and for all the people watching on the website, an absolutely incredible video by Agnes. Thank you so much for sending that in.
It was so good.
It was very good.
Changed my life, that did.
Did it?
Yeah. So now it's time to give you all the things that will fill those awkward silences on Monday morning. If you're at school, if you're at work, if you're on your first date. This is Internet News.
This is the Internet News.
Internet news. A kitten has been found who barks like a dog.
What? Wait a minute.
Do you hear that?
That is a cat? No way.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
That is an actual cat.
What is the story behind this cat that can bark?
I don't know. It's...
Yeah,
the
what's
kitten
story?
apparently starts barking whenever a camera is pointed at him, which is pretty convenient for the owners.
Yes,
we
very.
probably should have given the people watching an extreme cuteness warning, as you have now exploded.
Shall we have that again?
Yeah, I
okay,
wanna hear it again.
Here is a kitten that can bark like a dog. So, wait.
It does it again.
Okay, yeah, I'm just dying internally. That was the cutest thing I have ever heard.
That is beautiful. Internet news.
A survey has found that the English language is actually shrinking, with dozens of words no longer being used. For instance, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Fadoodle, which means filled with silliness. So, Phil,
Yeah.
you've got a lot of fadoodle going on inside you.
Oh, yeah, I do.
And are you ready for this one? This is my new favourite word of all time. Snurtle, which is when you laugh and snort at the same time.
That is such a good word.
I do not know why snurtle, which means laugh snorting, has fallen out of circulation, because that is by far my most favourite thing ever. So yeah, guys, next time you go, you are snurtling.
That's a beautiful noise you just made there, Dan.
Thank you.
Internet news. And finally, an old clip going through a viral revival. It is a camel that sounds like Peter Griffin
This is
from Family
incredible.
Guy's laugh. Okay, you ready for this? You have to prepare yourself emotionally for
I
this.
start crying a bit every time I hear this. I'm ready for the Peter Griffin camel.
Okay, here it is. Wait, listen. Oh, I could not have that as a pet.
Okay, if you're not watching on the website and you didn't see that camel's face, then you missed out on half the fun there, because you're just seeing a camel's mouth awkwardly wobble as it made that noise.
Oh, it's perfect.
That changed my life.
That was the Internet News.
The Internet News.
But now, with a video sent in by Sonia of a moist autumn adventure with her friends, because it was raining a bit, again inspiring me to go outside. Well, we'll see how inspiring this is. Here is Brand New Day. Brand New Day. By Codeline, with a very autumny video.
BBC Radio 1.
It was so odd to me.
It was.
It made me want a gingerbread latte.
Are you a gingerbread latte kind of guy?
Yeah. I get really into these drinks, and then when they go away, it kind of hurts my soul a little
Rips
bit.
out your soul a bit. It's not the same if it's not festive.
Sorry if I just made everyone crave gingerbread lattes across the world.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi.
How's you?
I'm really good, thank you.
Do you have an awkward accident for us?
Yes, it was really awkward.
Good.
How awkward.
Insanely awkward.
What happened?
Well, basically, I was about 10 and I was rollerblading about my house with my friend, you know, she let me. And an ice cream van came in the corner and we were like, oh my gosh.
Uh-oh.
We got really excited.
Yeah.
And so we started going up to it and it was all going fine. And then loads of other kids started coming. I was like, oh no, I want to be the front of this queue. Okay.
Ice cream is important.
Yeah, oh, definitely. And so I started going really fast and then I kind of forgot to stop.
Oh no.
And slightly just slammed into the ice cream van and then fell on the floor.
van?
Yeah.
That's spectacular.
Were you okay?
Yeah, but the guy at the ice cream van did not look happy at all.
And I'm guessing this was in front of all of the kids that you were trying to beat to the front of the queue.
Yep, they were by that point all around me just laughing.
Oh dear. But
I hope your face has recovered. Wow.
the most important
Yeah, that was quite a while ago.
the most important question is, did you get the ice cream in the end?
Yes, I did. I was
Okay.
getting it for free though, for my injury, but no,
Oh.
I still had to pay for it.
I like that you tried to blag that though. That's what I tried to
Yeah.
Your van hurt my face. Give me an ice cream for free. No.
do. So what song would you like to hear?
I tried.
What song would you like to hear on Radio 1 tonight?
Troublemaker by Ollie Murs, please.
You can have that. Would you like to dedicate him to
Thank you.
anyone?
Yeah, can I dedicate it to Sarah, Gina, Annetta and John, who I met outside your show.
Oh.
I was going to meet you.
Friendship.
That is so
Yeah,
friendly.
so we're friends because of you.
Hey.
Here you go.
Okay, thank you.
BBC Radio 1.
That was Ollie Murs' Troublemaker. But now we have some news from Phallus.
Yes, I love a bit of hashtag Phallus. And by that, we, of course, mean Phil Taggart and Alice Levine, who do the show from 10 till 12.
Do you know they're secretly two of my favourite DJs?
Really?
I like them so much.
Why?
They're just so friendly whenever I see them.
Do you just relate to other double acts?
Yeah, except for the moment when Phil Taggart licked my eye.
He did that once, didn't he?
Yeah, repressed that
Phil,
one.
why are we talking about Phil and Alice?
We are talking about them because they're launching something very special in their 10 p.m. slot on Radio 1 tomorrow night.
What is that?
They are doing a comedy night on Radio 1.
Wow.
The Live Lounge is going to be turned into a comedy lounge featuring some of the best new comedians from around the UK saying funny stuff in front of a live studio audience.
Yes, I've got the info here. Kicking things off on Monday will be Carl Donnelly and Tom Rosenthal, who will be going head-to-head in a comedy battle. I guess that's to, like, do the most laughs or something. It's not just fighting to the death in the live
I think
lounge.
so.
I hope so. But yes, if you want to see that, then you can watch and listen to it live from 10 p.m. on the Radio and website, as you all know, obviously, listening and watching to our show. So, if you find your Monday nights are a bit naff, which I guess applies to most of us in the entire world, then maybe check out Phil and Alice's Comedy Night, which starts tomorrow night from 10 p.m. on Radio 1.
Yay.
Yay, Phil and Alice.
I'd be so bad in a comedy battle.
Would you?
Well, I only know one joke.
I'd be like, hey, Phil, your mum.
Yeah, I'd
Then
be
what
like...
would your comeback be?
Well, I've already told this joke a million times on the radio, but my dog, Minton, ate 3 shuttlecocks last night, and you know what I said to him?
What did you say?
Badminton.
Yeah, you'd be banned from every comedy club ever.
I think I would too. Okay, we're going to have a look at Facebook now.
And who's requested something?
Rebecca has made an excellent request of Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit. Thanks, Rebecca.
radio 1 now to watch the Dan and Phil show on Radio 1.
So for all the people watching on the website, Rebecca requested that Nirvana song, and we actually drew her during the break. And what did we do? I started with 3 eyes, but then you drew a snake on her face.
It was hideous. I'm sorry, Rebecca.
And then bat wings. So it looked kind of like a zoo bat, but from a hell dimension or something like that. Okay, so very sorry to Rebecca. But yeah, shall we talk about our next video?
Yeah.
Yes, this one comes from Alex Groom, and so it's a parkour video, right? They're young guys. This is Power Ranger level of unnecessary flippage happening, okay? In 10 years, these guys will be the sort of people that you see doing backflips between skyscrapers. Yeah. So I have to say, do not try this at home, to everybody watching on the website, as whilst it is totally awesome, this is the exact kind of thing that I'd watch and go, I have a trampoline in my background, I'm going to go do this now, and then I'd backflip off it and probably break my face and die. So do not try this at home unless you are awesome or a Power Ranger. But thank you very much to Alex for sending this one in with his summer free running. Here is Le Youth.
Cool. Le Youth. Thank you very much to Alex Groom for flipping upside down many times for us.
Dan and Phil, they escaped from the internet and climbed into your ears.
So, in today's Rehab with Dan and Phil, we were discussing #awkward accidents, which aren't just clumsy, spontaneous things that happen to you while you're out and about, but things that are specifically awkward because a bunch of people stared at you while they happened. And we've got some more from the internet here, Phil. Do you want to hear them?
Yeah.
Okay, we've got one here from @the_all-times-lows. With the turkey, do you remember hers? Yeah, Tamara Direction said she was fiddling with some socks in Primark and the staff were beside her when she accidentally pulled the label off. That's just the worst thing I can ever imagine happening to you in your life.
I would die inside.
Are you a thief? Yeah.
I accidentally walked out of a tourist shop in Scotland with a postcard in my pocket.
You horrible person, Phil.
I cried.
You're going to hell.
I actually cried.
Okay, @FrickleFreckle said she burped while riding on her horse with her crush, but then blamed it on the horse.
Oh, good one.
But she's not sorry for that one. Nice. I like that. I want to see a burping horse.
Eliza said, on Halloween I went trick-or-treating, and I said trick-or-treat, and then I said trick-or-treat again instead of thanks.
Trick-or-treat. Oh, thanks, other things. Trick-or-treat. Yep.
You look like a weird trick-or-treating robot that's been programmed to go around.
Or a Pokemon called Trick-or-Treat.
Yeah. Okay. Debbie said, one time me and some friends at the cinema entered, and it was already too dark, and my friends sat on someone's lap.
Can you imagine just going, and then, oh, no, yep.
No.
I just assaulted someone. Okay, and we've got one here from Georgina. This is amazing. Who once caught her hand in her bra, which caused her to fall down the stairs. How do you do that? That's an incredible mental image that we've all got now. You getting your hand stuck in your bra and then falling down the stairs.
Oh, I just remembered a great one I want to finish on, which came from the owl.
Yes.
OMG fan said, I thought this lady was my old teacher, so I hugged her from behind, and then she screamed. It wasn't my old teacher. I've done that in Asda. I thought a woman was my mum, and I was like, Mum, can we put this in the basket? And put my arms around her shoulders.
We're all such terribly awkward people. I apologise to everybody listening to the radio right now that doesn't identify with me, Phil, or any of the tweets we've read out. We're very sorry that you have to deal with people like us.
Now, let's move away from awkward things to awesome things, as Liam Grubb and his mates filmed their first lads' holiday at a water park.
Oh, cool.
And took a waterproof camera too. Or at least I hope it was a waterproof camera.
Well, if it wasn't waterproof, then you must have been very accurate to not destroy it completely at this water park.
This is a great one to watch if you're missing the sunshine already. It's Coldplay, Every Teardrop is a Waterfall, and you'd need a lot of tears to fill a water park.
What an incredibly disturbing thought.
I know.
Okay, here's Coldplay.
Coldplay, Every Teardrop is a Waterfall. Thank you very much, Liam Grubb and your mates, for sending us that video. It was brilliant.
Dan versus Phil.
Yes, it is indeed that time in the show where me and Phil do a challenge against each other live on camera. And Phil, I've got good news.
Yes?
Even though this one's going to be quite intense, it will not be physically degrading. Yeah! Awesome. We have a slight amount of dignity. Okay, so, I was perusing the depths of the BBC websites and I found something quite relevant that we could do on tonight's Dan vs. Phil challenge. Okay, Phil?
Yeah.
In honour of the Doctor Who 50th, I found a Doctor Who game on the website and I figured that we could face off against each other.
Okay, hang on. I want to play some Doctor Who music in the background. One sec.
Is that why you did this?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. Very appropriate. Okay. Can I talk about it now?
You can talk now.
Is this necessary?
Yes.
It's a bit too epic. That's fine.
like it.
Okay. So there is a game on the Radio On website where you play as the TARDIS shooting through space, deliberately trying to hit meteors to power up the TARDIS. Okay?
I've always wanted to be the TARDIS.
It's a fantastic amount of logic. It may be similar to a game that you might have played on a generic smartphone that may or may not rhyme with poodle Lump. Do you see what I'm getting at there?
Yeah.
Maybe, okay, but me and Phil have played a lot of that game, so this is going to be quite intense.
I'm going to beat you, Dan.
Really?
I'm
How's
the
your
best.
mouse control?
I'm the best at mouse control.
Okay, so if you get on the Radio 1 website, then you can watch me and Phil facing off against each other with this, but we will actually tweet the link to the game later as well, as we want you guys to play it as well, and actually tweet your high scores at us, but we'll ask you about that later. But for now, Phil, how confident do you feel that you can beat me at this?
I'm about 91% confident.
91%
Unless you've been
confident.
have you been secretly practicing?
I haven't, so no.
Good,
It's probably going
good.
to go horribly wrong. For all the people watching on the website, it's time for Dan versus Phil, but for the listeners, here is a bit of Calvin Harris and John Newman.
BBC Radio 1.
Round one.
BBC Radio 1.
Round two.
That was John Newman on Radio 1 and a very dramatic turn of events in Dan versus Phil.
Sorry, I was just jumping up and down in celebration. That was so tense.
I hate you. Okay, spoilers, right. So, we were just playing a Doctor Who TARDIS game on the BBC website, which we've tweeted, and during that, I can reveal that my score, which I thought was very, very impressive and Phil had no chance of beating, for most of that was 33,540. Quite respectable. But then about 4 seconds before John Newman ended...
I just went insane. The pressure got to me and I was like, right, I've got to win. I've got to save Doctor Who.
With a score of 41,120 this week...
The winner is...
Me!
Phil.
Fallout Boy, the Phoenix. Thank you very much to Barbara Vanger for her autumn acrobatics and generic chocolate spread
Did
war
she have
paint.
chocolate spread on her face?
Yeah.
I was about to say, wow, that is an army that I would join.
I won't say what brand she was using, but it looked like a very delicious face.
Are you implying that you'd lick one of your viewers' faces?
I wouldn't. I'm just saying if someone did have it on their face...
That you would lick their face?
It might be nice to taste. That's really awkward.
This is an incredible...
BBC Radio 1.
So I just want to point out that on the Dan versus Phil leaderboard, there's now 5 Phil faces and 4 Dan faces. I brought it back, guys. I didn't think I was going to bring it back, but I did.
How did I let this happen?
I don't know. I think
you're winning Dan versus Phil?
Yep.
What's going on?
I think there's 4 or 5 shows till Christmas that you've got to get back on it.
Okay, so in other words, I'll just double you and annihilate you, and then the epic forfeit will be yours to suffer through.
Let's see what happens.
Okay.
I keep getting this twitch in my leg that I think is my phone buzzing. It's like a phantom phone buzz. It's been happening all day. So I don't know what it is. Do you ever get that when you think your phone has buzzed but it hasn't?
Yes.
Yeah, it's happening all day. I said on Twitter I think it's the ghost of my Nokia 3310 trying to get back to me.
This is the most disturbing conversation I've had with you today, and that usually means something.
But you must, like, feel it sometimes.
The phantom phone vibrations. Yeah, I think in this age we're always going, did someone try to talk to me? Yeah, but no, maybe you're just possessed slightly.
I think my leg is possessed, but yeah, it's been happening a lot today. I thought I'd just let you know. If I start twitching, that's what's going on with me today.
Okay, and if he starts licking anyone's face, then I promise I will hold him back.
I feel like I've been too awkward in this thing. Let's go to Facebook. Jack, save me. He wants Animals by Martin Garrix.
Let's play it.
Let's do it. Here you go, Jack.
Welcome to Backchat, the show I host with my father. For those of you that don't know my father, I apologise in advance for anything he might say this evening.
Backchat with Jack Whitehall and his dad.
Geordie Shore! Have you seen Geordie Shore?
Never ever heard of Geordie Shore.
Now, I have to point out, we don't have the whole cast here this evening, it's quite complicated politics for the show. Gary won't come on with Charlotte, Ricky wouldn't come on with Charlotte and Gary. Charlotte wouldn't come on with Ricky, but not if he was with Gary and didn't want to come on with anyone.
Why can't you guys all just get along? Backchat, Wednesday at 10:30 on BBC Three.
Hello, everybody. You are listening to Dan and Phil on Radio 1. It is currently 8:20. In about 30 minutes in Fan Wars, it's Conor Maynard versus Bruno Mars. But now we go to Zachary Gomb's edgy and totally angsty music video for Ellie Goulding's Figure 8.
Ellie Goulding with Figure 8.
This is BBC Radio 1.
Hello, Lisa.
Hello.
I'm glad you were there. I didn't know if you were, and you were. I just took a risk and said hello. So what is happening in your life? What have you got coming up?
I have a performance coming up. I'm going to be in a pantomime.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool.
Who are you playing in the pantomime?
I'm playing a princess.
So are you a good princess or are you a villain princess? Are people going to be cheering or hissing at you?
I'm a good princess. I'm getting married and everything.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow,
I have
spectacular.
to dance, unfortunately.
You have to dance.
Awkward. What kind of dancing is it? Is it like Gangnam Style or what?
No, it's slow dancing.
Slow dancing.
Oh,
And then we
romantic.
get to do the fox, which is exciting.
You're doing the fox in a pantomime?
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
That sounds so good. So can you do the noise that the fox makes?
Ding, 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 ding.
You are ready.
You are ready for this
I would
pantomime.
be cheering so loud. Yeah.
You've definitely earned yourself a request tonight. What would you like to hear?
I'd like to hear Don Broco, You Want to Know, please.
Yes, you can. Would you like to dedicate this to anyone?
Can I dedicate it to my friend Elle?
This goes out to Elle. Good luck in the pantomime. I know you're going to be great.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Goodbye.
You Want to Know, Don Brooko.
This is BBC Radio 1.
Now, when me and Dan were at the Teen Awards behind the scenes, we played Dan and Phil versus the Stars.
Yes, we forced challenges upon some of the very famous people that were there.
And one of them was against Little Mix, where we played the Jelly Bean Roulette Challenge, where me and Perry from Little Mix had to either have a nice jelly bean or a disgusting jelly bean. And while that was happening, Dan just sat back and watched the whole thing unfolding.
I had a great time, yeah. I mean, I was just sat there, leaned back in the chair as Perry put a, what was it, a baby wipe flavoured jelly bean in her mouth. I think she actually hates us now. She didn't look like she enjoyed it very much, did she?
She does hate it. So I decided to get my revenge and make Dan play Jelly Bean Roulette.
I don't know why I agreed to this, to be honest, because it was only going to be horrible, wasn't it? I mean, we said, hey, we should make a video of us doing Jelly Bean Roulette, but with you now this time, I said yes, and I did not have very much fun when I was doing it, to be honest.
Yeah, it was really horrible, and we have a little clip of the video here now. I'm going to go for this green one.
Okay.
Oh, no! Oh, what is that?
You have got bogey in your mouth.
How do they know what that tastes like?
What does it taste like? I'm about to say.
Oh, it tastes like gone-off cabbage.
Nice. So yeah, that's a little teaser from the video that we've made.
Yeah, it's going to be on the Radio 1 YouTube channel now, so why not you watch it after the show?
Yes, open it up in a tab, or maybe after the show, just load up the Radio 1 YouTube channel, and then you can watch Phil eating bogies. But I should say, it's a bit of a spoiler, but not that much, that even though Phil did not have a great time eating that bogey-flavoured jelly bean, I eat one that is much worse.
So
and
bad.
It's definitely one of the worst moments of my entire life ever.
Yeah, so make sure you check that on the Radio 1 YouTube channel after the show. But now, Emily and Nicola recreated Wrecking Ball for us using a swing and a sledgehammer. It's kind of like watching the Avengers or a movie before they add all the CGI effects in.
Oh, what, just people kind of like awkwardly swimming weapons everywhere?
Yeah.
Awesome, sounds good.
Enjoy this.
I like how everyone in the studio just started to beautifully sing along to the end of Miley there. Yeah, that was a great video. Thank you very much to Emily and Nicola. It had licking and sledgehammers and a bit of twerking, so thank you very much for that one.
The best combination of things.
BBC Radio 1.
Hello, Alan and Dr. Rada from the surgery.
Hello.
How are you guys?
I'm a bit down tonight, actually.
Oh, no. That's
Yeah, I jumped straight into it there. I didn't mean to, sorry.
Oh, it's sad.
But you did ask me, so it'd be rude not to be honest.
Oh, what's the matter?
Well, you know, I'm sure she'll come up with the surgery tonight, and Dr. Rada's the perfect person to be talking to about this.
Yeah.
I'm a bit heartbroken.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. There's no joke at the end of this, actually.
I've got to counsel him.
I had to hand over Moshi to the dog sitters because I'm going away for a week.
No.
And there was this thing where she was being taken out and she was just looking through the cage at me and it's kind of a, why would you do
I'm
this?
not going to lie, I thought when you said you were heartbroken something a lot more serious was happening. It's like everyone I love just died. I was like, Alan, no. Okay.
Moshi.
Your dog will be fine.
Yeah, I know.
I've heard that dogs have the best time at the dog sitters because they get twice as many treats.
Tis
It's
true.
like a little adventure.
That's like my dog and my grandma's. We wanted to just stay at my grandma's because my grandma used to feed my dog chocolate, which you shouldn't do.
No.
But my dog had a great time.
I bet it did.
It's not really
Before
bad.
the diarrhea.
No. So what is happening on the surgery tonight, guys?
Well,
Despite heartbreak.
it's going to be me, the dog, heartbreak, and anything that's on your mind. So you can call us with anything that's upsetting you, bothering you, you want to talk about, from pets all the way up to actual problems. You can send in your text at 81199, and if you're happy for us to give you a call back, put the word call at the beginning of your problem, and hopefully we'll be talking to you after 9.
Brilliant.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We look forward to
Very
that.
much, guys.
Thank you.
I'm going to counsel Aled now.
A lot of chocolate and toilet roll for the crying into.
Yes.
Okay, well, leave those two to it.
Now we're going to go to One Direction featuring beaches, relay races, and Miranda and Friends.
Wow.
It's very energetic. Also, Fan Wars and Conor Maynard versus Bruno Mars is coming up next, so don't go anywhere.
In Fan Wars.
There's some wars you fight, and some wars you walk away from. This is the fighting kind.
In a world devastated by tweets, only two sides remain. Champions chosen to represent each fan base will fight for glory and the right to be heard. This is Fan Wars.
Contestant number 1, what is your name?
Sophie,
How old are you?
13.
Who are you the biggest fan of?
Conor Maynard.
What's your favourite thing about Conor Maynard?
He's just an amazing singer and just amazing.
Oh,
Just amazing.
he's just amazing. Do you
What can you say?
have any posters of him anywhere?
Yeah, all on my walls.
More than 17?
Yeah, probably.
More than 17.
You've lost count. That's a good sign. Okay, I think you're worthy.
Yeah. Contestant number 2. Contestant number 2, are you there? What is your name?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's your name?
I'm Hannah.
How old are you?
I'm 11.
Who are you the biggest fan of?
Bruno Mars.
If Bruno Mars walked into the room right now, what would you do?
I would scream and probably faint.
At the same time.
Well, hopefully you won't scream and faint now because you're about to perform, okay?
Yeah, so I need a battle cry from both of you in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go.
I felt the passion in that one.
They released so much passion.
Oh, that sounded murderous. It's
Okay.
going to be intense, I can tell.
It's time to spin the wheel of fan wars to find out what you're going to be doing today.
Should I do the honours?
I'm doing it, it's fine.
Okay. So rickety.
So rickety. Oh, it's animal emotions.
Right, okay. Animal emotions. Phil will be giving you the name of an animal, and then it is up to you two to recreate that animal's cool, feeling a specific emotion. For example, sad cat. Meow.
Could you guys both do a sad cat for me, just so I know we're on the same page?
Meow.
Oh, that was good. That was sad.
Oh, such an intensely sad cat. Okay, I
It
think
is.
we're ready.
So we're going to bounce between you two today. So it's going to be starting with Sophie.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Hannah. So you'll do one, then the other one will do one, and then we'll have to judge who was best each time.
Okay.
Super producers are taking score.
Because I always forget to. Okay.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hannah. No, sorry, Sophie. Embarrassed pig.
Oink.
Hannah.
Yep.
Embarrassed pig.
Oink.
What? That was your embarrassed pig.
Embarrassed. Okay.
Okay.
Hannah. Disappointed dolphin.
Okay.
Sophie.
Ow.
I think that one was the better embarrassed
Yeah.
dolphin. Yeah. Okay.
We're
Right.
gonna go with Sophie. Okay. Sophie. Crazy cockroach. Hannah. Beat that.
I think that one goes to Sophie.
Yeah.
It had the crackling sound
Okay.
of the cockroach. Okay.
Hannah. Amazed manatee.
Woo.
It's pretty amazed.
Right.
Sophie.
That manatee. I think they were,
Hannah.
they were both kind of terrible.
Sophie. Lustful llama.
Watch out.
Hannah. Well, that seemed a little bit more lustful, I think.
You think that sounded more passionate?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that was a slightly
okay.
more lustful llama. Okay.
And finally, Sophie, a flirtatious fire-bellied toad.
Okay, I'm sorry. Frog's ribbit. What was that?
Hannah, come on, Hannah.
Oh my
Okay,
word.
Hannah, I think that was slightly better. Those are some interesting impressions we had there.
There was a good passion. I mean, full points for the lustful llamas there. I mean, the llamas, they sounded really lustful. Like they were just going to jump on you and then spit all over you like a llama would. But
Yeah.
those cockroaches.
Nothing that could match the turtle mating call, though.
Don't feel so inappropriate right now. Okay.
Okay, we have a winner, and
Okay.
4 points to 3. The winner is Hannah with Bruno Mars. I'm sorry, Sophie and Conor Maynard.
We're going to have to fade you down.
Gotta fade
awkwardly.
away.
Thank
Fade
you.
away, fade
Goodbye.
away,
Sorry,
fade away.
you're awkward. Congratulations, Hannah.
Thank you.
How do you feel?
I feel amazing.
Who's that cheering?
Whooping manically in the background.
That's my mum.
Shout out to the mama. Oh, yeah.
What's your mum's name?
Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Big up to Karen. Oh, yeah. Proud mums.
So would you like to introduce Gorilla by Bruno Mars now on Radio 1, as you have deserved it?
This is Gorilla by Bruno Mars.
Do you want to dedicate it to anyone? Karen, your mum?
Yeah, I'll dedicate it to some of my friends. I would like to dedicate it to Kat, Harry, and all of my amazing friends out there.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Hannah.
Thank you.
Bruno Mars. Gorilla. Always makes me feel a little bit awkward, that song.
The mental image of Bruno Mars making love to someone like a gorilla. I don't know. It's just...
Awkward. That was for our Fan Awards winner, Hannah. Congratulations. So, do you know manatees?
Yes.
I don't think those animal impressions were the highest standard we've had.
They tried very hard.
Yeah. How would you think an amazed manatee sounded?
Well, what's a manatee? A manatee is like, huh, isn't it? So that would be like, huh. See, we'd be great, wouldn't we?
We would.
And that's because we have no lives. Okay, Phil, what's happening next?
Show where you're in control. This is Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
Radio 1 lady interrupted you then. What is happening next is we have Rihanna, We Found Love, with a video by Casey and her cousin. This is for Hannah, who got in touch, who wanted to hear some gorillas. Always makes me feel warm and fuzzy.
Does it?
Yeah.
It's a very dystopian music video, though, making you feel warm and fuzzy inside.
I know, it's true, but I like the little beat, though.
Don't think about the meaning, just like the beat. That is the message of today.
Gorillas, Feel Good Inc., requested by Hannah. Now, thanks for listening. It's been a good show, hasn't it, Dan?
It has indeed.
It's been a beautiful show, in fact.
Would you describe it as beautiful?
Yeah.
Such large compliments.
Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
So yeah, I just want to say shout out to all of the people that sent in their hashtag awkward accidents. I feel a lot less bad about myself as a person and in public right now, as I'm sure a lot of people listening do.
Definitely, but I know next week there'll just be a new awkward accident that's going to befall me and ruin my life.
What a good attitude to have. Okay, yeah, so to everybody, there is the video on the Radio 1 YouTube channel now of me and Phil doing the jelly bean roulette challenge, where Phil eats a bogey and I eat something much, much worse. So if you go to youtube.com/BBC Radio 1, you can check out that jelly bean roulette.
Experience that. And also for everyone that played the Doctor Who game along with us, we have some high scorers, including Marie, Katie, Becky, Olivia, Elizabeth, Kiki, and also Alan, who got 28,580.
Monster score.
Monster score. He wants Lady Gaga with Do What You Want.
So shall we play that?
Yes,
okay.
This goes out to you, Alan.
Allied with the surgery coming up next. Here is Lady Gaga and R. Kelly. Do What You Want.